Hello and welcome to A Muggle's Perspective.
Hey, everybody!
Yeah! AMP! The AMP boys here
Just
with
a couple
you
of
now.
AMP boys. Back at it again.
Back at it. It's been, I think as the kids say, a minute, Braden.
Yeah,
Is that an
it's been a
accurate length
couple
of time?
minutes. It's been 10 to 15 minutes.
It's been about one pizza cookery of minutes.
Yeah. I can't speak for anything other than Freshetta, so.
As you shouldn't. I would never ask you to. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing Howlers today, and then we are also doing sort of a preview for Half-Blood Prince. Now, the format that's going to take is I wrote down a bunch of predictions to force Braden to make, and there's only one rule. What's the rule, Braden, about the predictions?
I can't say maybe or I don't know.
Yeah, like it just needs to be something. Like it's got to be concrete. Do I care if you believe in it strongly?
I don't think you do.
No, I don't care. Do I care if you're right?
No.
I mean, I care a little
I
bit
think you would
if you're right.
prefer that I'm not.
In that I would prefer you to be not. Yeah, that's the extent of me caring if you're right.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll be able to draw more out of you. Even if you just say something random, I'll be like, okay, but so like how would that happen? And we can go down a rabbit trail with them so we can make them as wrong as possible. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. We'll get into some book 6. This is our second to last pre-book pod. So think about that. Pretty relevant.
Something to think about.
It's kind of a milestone, I guess. I mean, if I were listing milestones, I'd put that one. It would be on the list eventually. So,
Bit of a memory. Something to think about.
yeah, that's what we strive to do here at Muggle's Perspective is create memories for ourselves and others, and primarily ourselves. Okay, I want to get started with a prediction, and then we'll bounce back and forth between predictions and howls. So this first one is a multi-part one. I've got a couple of directions I can steer you in. We'll see where you take it. It's about the title, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. What's up with that? Walk me through that. What's a Half-Blood Prince? Is it literal? Is it a character?
Yeah, it's a prince that is generally on life support because he only has 50% of the full quantity of blood
Okay.
that he needs to.
It's literal, like, cardiovascular system.
No, I think that Harry is the half-blood prince. I think that half-blood refers to his race, the whole mudblood versus pure blood thing we've been talking about the whole series.
Sure
I think one of it, either James was full and Harry's mom's name that I know,
Yes.
Lily.
Yeah,
Lily.
Yeah.
Lily Potter was maybe a mudblood. What's the correct term? Because I realize that's like racial slang.
The polite society term would be Muggleborn.
Muggleborn. Okay, I need to stop using. It's not me referring to a Muggleborn as that. It's like that's the word that's been used by JKR, and I don't.
So I feel like you're race baiting here, Braden. Like you're really trying to turn this into a racial.
No. So either that way or the other way around. Maybe Lily is, not Muggleborn, and James is.
James was a pureblood. His parents are both wizards.
We know that already.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we know that frickin' Lily's Petunia's sister, and Petunia obviously wasn't born into like a family of wizards.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that makes sense. I think he's the half-blood prince.
Okay.
Now the prince part. What do we like? The prince of what?
That's what I'm wondering. So this is like a title that Harry is just realizing applies to him. Like he like a chosen one. He just found out about the prophecy, and Dumbledore's like, one more thing I've never told you about before. Technically, the person that fulfills the prophecy is also.
Yeah, I think that's where I was gonna go. I think it's we'll learn more about this prophecy in this book, and I feel like the prophecy is that Harry is the one who is supposed to be the most powerful wizard of all, or whatever.
Okay.
And that's the title that Voldemort wanted. And that's why in the prophecy, I don't know, maybe like Voldemort has an inkling that that is what the prophecy might say. So that's why he's like, I got to kill Harry because I don't want him to be the most powerful. I don't want him to be the prince of magic.
So what I'm hearing is that because Neville could have been the person the prophecy referred to, as we discussed at the end of Order of the Phoenix, are you telling me that you're predicting that Harry's going to have to kill Neville by the end of this book? Eliminate
Oh man,
the
that
potential
would be
usurper
an
to the throne.
that would be an exciting twist. But then Hagrid just kills them both because he doesn't want
No.
to see either student fight. So he's just like,
Hagrid rips off his mask and he's got a Voldemort face underneath. He's been Voldemort the whole time. Hagrid.
It was me.
When he's been getting drunk, he's been like pounding unicorn blood just this whole time. It's a good cover.
Yep, he did it.
Okay, so Half-Blood Prince refers to Harry. We're pretty confident about it referring to Harry because it's like a blood status wizarding thing.
No, I want to say before any of these predictions, I'm not confident about any of them.
We go the other way and just own it. Pretend to be really confident about all of them. Like, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't want to do that, Rogge.
I will pretend to be super confident about that.
Oh yeah, that's all. I mean, that's life. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's what it is. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. So let's get to our first howl. This one takes us back to October 8th in the year of our Lord 2019.
Why?
I don't, frankly,
what
I don't know why.
What are we even doing?
We're listening to Howlers this episode. We're getting caught up, and then we're gonna be on it. We're gonna be honest with ourselves and others.
Hey guys, it's Rachel Gryffindor here. So I just listened to the first episode for Order of the Phoenix.
A whole book ago.
And I am extremely disappointed in Rogge. As you guys are sitting there talking about birds, and I would say that he's moderately scared of birds. And, like, his big thing is them having knives for faces, and he didn't want to say that. So I just wanted to, like, throw that out there that, like, that's his main issue with the birds is the whole knives for faces aspect. Okay, you guys are doing a great job. Bye.
So that was my wife howling about a conversation that we must have had, honest to God, like 4 months ago about being scared of
Welcome to the
birds.
Muggles Perspective Marriage Hotline, y'all. Call in with your problems.
She's calling me out for not explaining thoroughly enough my fear of birds. I do always say, and it's a bit, like, let's be honest, when I'm talking about birds like in the real world, and I'm talking about how I'm scared of them, a bit is I say, they have knives for faces, okay? Which I got from like a webcomic like 10 years ago. So Rachel really wanted me to emphasize I'm scared of birds because they have pointy beaks, which I am. I'm sorry. You can pluck out an eye.
Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like that was a bird's intent?
I feel like it's one of those things, people say if cats, like house cats, were really big, then they would just eat you.
You
like
think?
That's what your cat wants to do. I feel like I've been with
who has said that? I've never felt like a cat wanted to eat me. I've just felt like they generally are aloof.
People say it.
It's the experts.
I've heard it said. I feel like if here's the birds I've interacted with. Our 4th grade class pet bird, Rouge, which was like a cockatoo or whatever. Yeah, Rouge. Like Mulan.
The Far Family!
I was talking about Mulan.
I went Disney Mulan.
I know. Moulin Rouge is a totally
we ended up at the same
totally
place.
different movie. We didn't, and I like that you think that we did. that was a bird, and I was like, okay, that's fine. It's a small bird. It can't go for my eyes. But I felt like if it was 3 feet tall, then it would, because why not? What am I gonna do to stop it? With my hands? It has talons.
But I mean, you could apply that argument to any animal.
I
Yeah,
do. I often
if they
do.
were bigger than humans, yeah, they would maybe want to exercise their physical prowess.
The
but
big ones do. Let's fact check. Would a tiger eat me? Yeah.
if provoked, yes,
Ooh, I feel
like any other animal. I'm saying
like any other animal. Agreed.
if a bird was huge,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't change a bird's disposition or personality. Like I don't think if birds all of a sudden mutated and got giant next week, they wouldn't all band together and be like, "All right, guys, we've got size now. Let's kill them.
See,
Let's take over the world."
logically, I definitely hear you. Like, 100%. Like, I want you to hear that I'm saying I agree with that. That makes sense. But I'm also saying that if I was suddenly 12 feet tall, I would be a lot more interested in dunking a basketball than I am right now. I would be a lot more interested in, like, climbing things by just grabbing directly up and pulling. Like there's things that I would do that I'm
That's
right
not
now.
a-
I'm like,
that's
I
not
couldn't
a
do that.
violent power grab. Though.
I'm just saying,
you
right-
all like if you were 12 foot tomorrow, you wouldn't be like, "Man, I can physically dominate other people now. Like I'm gonna go walk into the mall and I'm gonna throw a guy through a glass window because I can."
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm a human that, like, operates under a moral code and lives by the mores of society, but birds don't. Like, if our little tiny class bird was 6 feet tall, it wouldn't just consent to being stuck into a cage as readily, I don't think.
Yeah. No, I guess I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. It's just interesting to me that you think a size increase would immediately mean
Not
violent
immediately.
mentality.
I'm just saying that as the options that you have increase, then, like, maybe you're more willing to exercise them. I'm saying that right now, attacking my face isn't an option for that tiny bird in a cage. But that same bird that's big and tall and doesn't really live by any laws, now it's big and it's like, I don't want to, but, like, I recognize that I could, and maybe I will because I can.
Okay. Well, thank you for sparking that conversation, Rachel. Those are things to think about.
Let's just roll right into the next howler.
Yep.
Let's just howl again while we're here. This one, controversially, also from October 8th.
Hi guys, this is Shannon Hall. I'm a Hufflepuff. I was just catching up on the latest episode, and I heard you guys haven't interviewed anyone. And as a journalist, I can help you out there. So if you have any questions or skills or whatnot, I can help, or I could just do it for you. Also, I do know someone who worked at Donley's who got, like, early copies, and one of my friends actually got an early copy, and she got in trouble because she took it to school, like, before they got it released. So it was a whole thing. But I'm really loving the podcast. I'm actually realizing that I can walk my dog now and listen to the podcast at the same time, so I'm all caught up. So the dog's not getting walked until you guys do new episodes. So if you can get more episodes out quickly, that would be great. Thanks. Bye.
So a lot to unpack here. Apparently, we discussed interviewing people.
I vaguely remember that.
I'm still all for
And
that.
I don't think we've ever, like, been on the fence about that. We would love to interview.
It's more about contacting the interviewee.
Yeah, my question for Shannon wasn't going to be like, "Hey, can you help us do an interview?" It was like, "Hey, Shannon, how do we get people to want to be interviewed by us?"
I guess, like, we could, like, look up just someone that's a really big Harry Potter fan, like, that had, like, a local news article written about how big of a Harry Potter fan they were. Or did you see a couple years ago, or almost every year, there's an article online that's like, this teacher turned their classroom into Hogwarts and it's everything. You know what I'm talking about? Someone that's, like, that's, like, fandom adjacent. We could interview.
I believe you that those kinds of things happen. I haven't I haven't seen any of that because you got to keep in mind, like, I haven't really even known what Hogwarts was until the last year.
You got to keep in mind that I'm not allowed to be on social media as one of the pretenses of being on this podcast. So, what else happened? So, she had friends at Donnelly's who got early copies of the book, one of the books,
All of the books.
the Harry Potter books.
The books.
And they got
The
in trouble at
children
school.
love the books.
I don't know what that is.
The grandma at the beginning of the elf, I'm sorry, not the grandma, the nun.
Okay. I have seen Elf like once, I think. And then what I really want to get into here is Shannon being like, guys, hear me out. I can both walk my dog and listen to a podcast, which is like, that's how most people consume podcasts, I think. And I'm pivoting directly from that into, what if her dog was gigantic? What if she's walking Clifford? What would that dog want to do?
Yeah, because if her dog was 8 feet tall, I think
You're not going to be able to walk that dog successfully.
You're not going to be able to consume a podcast and walk that dog. Because one, obviously, it's going to try and murder you.
It's going to see what it's going to do. I agree with you that it's still going to have dog instincts. It's going to see that squirrel and want to go eat it, right? Just like it did before. But now you're not going to be able to stop it. And so the dog might manslaughter you because you might just get dragged and die. It might be a blunt force trauma situation.
So your argument, I think I could get behind more if we're talking dogs rather than birds.
What? Why?
Like I could
Dogs
see
are literally domesticated.
I know, but they have that, like you're talking about, that squirrel instinct. Like I want to chase that squirrel, and once I catch it, I want to rip it apart.
Some dogs, yes.
And all of a sudden, you as my owner are telling me that I shouldn't do that? F you. Like, I'm going to eat you too.
I'm hearing you that there are probably dogs like that. There are people who love their dogs, but maybe not quite as actively and intentionally as others love their dogs. I don't think that there's any scenario where George eats me, no matter how big he is. Almost any, I mean, maybe a starving.
You can't play both sides of that argument. You can't do that. You just said when we were talking about birds that if the all animals, if they increased in size, want to kill.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying
that's basically what you said, because all of a sudden I have that option, so why wouldn't I exercise that option?
It's not necessarily like the desire to murder will rise within them, but once it's an option, they might incidentally, like statistically, exercise it more.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And I think dogs, so I'm going to go the other way. I think dogs, more than virtually any other animal, are like the domestic dog is domesticated in a way that even a domestic cat is not. Does that make sense? So if you take an existing dog that's been domesticated and lived with humans and it gets bigger, some of the dogs are going to eat their humans, the ones that were mistreated and so forth. Others of them will continue to like try to live their dog lives because they're dogs and they're not the most intelligent, you know?
You're saying just certain dogs, or are you saying dogs in general are not that intelligent?
Dogs
I know you wouldn't say that.
Are not as intelligent as other animals, I think. I mean, like, dogs are derpy. Like, that's what you love about a dog. You know?
What animal is more intelligent than a dog?
I mean, statistically, like what dolphins are like supposed to be super intelligent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I'm just like my argument is that
and gorillas
dogs are definitely like one of the more intelligent animals.
Pigs are supposed to be super intelligent.
Pigs are not smart.
Have
you ever been around pigs?
You know what? Not if you're not counting the 4-H fair.
Pigs aren't smart.
They are supposedly they are. Google this right now. Google are pigs smart? It's going to say yes. I promise you.
Pigs aren't the dumbest animals, but don't
like the second smartest animal.
Putting a pig in the same conversation as a dog, that is dumb.
I guarantee you that, like, scientifically, pigs are like said to be. Let's see. How do you Google things on Macs, Braden? On Jeremy's Mac here, I'm gonna click Holy cow, where's the internet? Okay, that says Google Chrome, so I think that's a good bet.
I think clicking and the enter button are pretty universal across all software platforms.
I could see literally 0 icons to click on. I had to find some icons.
That is the annoying thing about Macs. You kind of have to like hover in the right area for the
Are
little taskbar pop up.
Here's what I Googled. Are pigs smart? PBS.org. I think we can trust PBS, what they have to say about this, right?
Sure.
Public Broadcasting System. Viewers like you. Pigs are smarter than any other domestic animal.
Stop it.
Their ability to solve problems, like the Pig IQ test on The Joy of Pigs, you know.
What the frick is a pig IQ
like
test?
is
Who made that up?
Is
And what are the metrics?
well documented, and they are considered by animal experts, citation needed, to be more trainable than dogs or cats. ... Pigs are difficult to classify. November 10th, 1996.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jeez.
That's just the first blurb.
You did not sway me there.
That's
Sorry,
the first
PBS.
blurb on Google. Okay, this is September 3rd, 2019. PETA.org.
No. No. Don't even, no.
Are pigs more intelligent than dogs? Okay, this is relevant. Mercyforanimals.org. This is the title of this article. Pigs are intelligent and sensitive, so why are you eating them?
Oh my gosh. No!
Do pigs eat their poop? Okay, that's a good litmus test. Okay, we're going to skip the first sentence of this. In the wild, boars don't sleep and root and poo. They eat plants. They do wallow in mud. It's a good way to keep cool. This is a BBC article called The Truth About Pigs. Okay.
All I'm saying is, have you ever seen like a demonstration of like the canine unit, like the police officer dogs?
Agreed. I agree that like dogs
Those
that
are
dogs can be really
incredibly
smart.
smart animals.
Yeah. You're like literally almost no one loves dogs more than I do. Like I'm 100% in on dogs.
Oh, this isn't a question of love for dogs.
I'm saying
This
like
is you saying that all dogs are derpy.
I'm saying that dogs as a species have a certain inherent derpiness. And I mean, like, you know, you can't put all humans in one basket. Like Manute Bowl and like Rachel look pretty different. Where was I going with that? But like, you're not gonna put up. Tell me that there are pugs and chihuahuas on this like these SWAT teams. There aren't.
Right.
A pug is a goober. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess if to
You
sum
just wanted
up
to
what
say
I'm
that a
saying,
pug
I'm
is
gonna
a
say
goober.
pugs are goobers. Not a big pug guy, big animal guy, big dog guy, not a big pug guy, not a big chihuahua guy.
Yeah. I don't think there is any like real chihuahua guy, but if your argument was that pugs,
These arguments are anecdotal. Dogs are derpy. Some dogs overcome their derpiness. And more power to them. Love a dog with a job. Love a dog with a job. How do I get back? Braden, how do I get back to where I was? Okay, that's not working. Oh, there it is. You're bigger now. Okay.
can we pause?
Yeah.
To
We stay
preheat
pausing.
the oven for my bruschetta.
Bwomp, bwomp. Pizza. I'm gonna start sending Braden links to articles about pigs being smart. Pigs as smart as chimps, studies say. That looks good. It's got a big old picture of a pig on there. Oh, frick. How do I copy and paste? Command. Oh, no. Command C. Can I type things to you? Yes, I can. There you go. Just try that on for size. Oh, frick. I made the chat too big. I want the face bigger. Yeah. Okay. So for the 3 people still listening, like, are there people that are, like, glad that that our conversations have taken these turns? There are literally hundreds of people out there listening to us have this conversation right now.
If you've gotten to this point in our show,
Shout
and
out
are
to you.
well, yeah, one, but two, and are just now deciding, I'm kind of annoyed with their tangents. What are you doing?
We should have like a, what are those called? Trigger warning, but like for tangent at the beginning of this episode. Like this is a tangent episode. If that's
I just
something
want
that
Patrick
triggers
Starr's voice going, tangent!
you. Okay. Next prediction. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So just so you guys know, I prepped Braden for some of these, but not all of them. So the first like 3 he's heard before. He's heard this question yesterday. So statement, people have died in the last 2 books. Usually near the end. Okay, we had Cedric's death, we had Sirius's death. So my question is that streak going to continue? I have a guess as to which one you're going to say.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So who and why? We can lump it into major/minor character. We can lump it into how many
Mhm.
people. That's up to you. Take it where you
Mhm.
will.
So one that I just keep coming back to, I feel like Hagrid's gonna die.
Because he's so much of a security blanket for Harry.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's so loyal to Dumbledore that he's willing to do anything. I think he proved that last book by his determination with the Giants, just getting the crap beaten out of him the entire book.
He did repeatedly. When he's telling that story about like trying to parlay with the Giants, you're like, oh, and then you left. No. I just kept getting beaten, like having the snot kicked out of me by Giants.
Yeah, and that sort of like naive, I don't want to call it naive, I guess, but just like
I mean, it's like blinders.
blind loyalty.
Yeah.
Is like, I feel like that will get him in harm's way. And I guess just as like a reader here, appreciating what JKR has done and the opportunities she's created for herself already, and like in the book that we're about to read, like I feel like that's a big like emotional draw. Like she could really tug on the heartstrings by taking Hagrid away. And I feel like for me, that's what the good movies or books do. Like it's the, you didn't take the easy way out here as the director or the writer.
Right. You laid the groundwork.
Yeah, I respected those. I respect those more. Like I would be obviously upset if she kills off Hagrid, but it would be like, wow, bold move. Good for you. Like that wasn't the easy way out. So that, I think that would be my major character prediction.
Okay, yeah, let's do another minor one too.
Minor character. I'm gonna say, shut up, crickets. Shut your mouths, crickets.
Okay, Steven Sells. I could just picture Steven doing that.
I'm trying to think of like a Steven Sells impression.
It's more about what you're saying than how you say it.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying something really confidently.
Literally, crickets. Shut up. Shut up, crickets. Literally.
That's Steven trying to be funny.
Yeah. I'm going to say that Seamus Finnegan gets killed.
Okay. So we had the arc of Seamus being against Harry, and then he came around to it last book. And so because he's on the upswing, it's for similar, like a much smaller reason than Hagrid, but like, okay. You know, killing Draco, everyone's happy about. Killing Crabbe or Goyle.
That would be the easy way out.
Yeah, that's the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're more concerned about the good guys right now than the bad guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm super confident about that. Don't question me.
You'd be shocked if Voldemort died.
That would be kind of dumb, wouldn't it?
Would that be the easy way out?
If Voldemort dies and Neville rises as the Dark
in
Lord,
the 6th of 7 books.
the Dark Neville.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I'm pretty confident that's what's going to happen, personally.
I mean, the show's about your predictions, so
That's why everyone tunes in week to week. We keep churning out predictions from me. Okay, here we've got, I'll just say we've got a familiar voice here.
Good evening, gents. It's Chad. Just listening to Broiled in Florida, and had a couple of comments based on something you said. Back to the Future is definitely worth a rewatch. The first one is awesome. The second one is okay. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it does set up the third one, and the third one's pretty good. Definitely worth a rewatch. And, obviously the Indiana Jones trilogy, not including Kingdom of Crystal Skull, is one of the best trilogies of all time. And, anyway, but I had a thought. Who is the better sidekick? Is it Short Round or Ron? Thoughts? See you guys.
Short Round is one of Indiana Jones' sidekicks. They're like, Mr. Jones, like the little Chinese kid.
yeah. Okay. And who was the other one he said?
I think Ron, like Ron Weasley.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's fun when we listen to the Howlers. Rogge and I are Skyping, and we basically react to what's being said live, and we communicate
Silently,
via facial expressions. And when Chad said that Indiana Jones trilogy was one of the best of all time, I was nodding profusely in agreement.
He was nodding so strongly.
Yeah. And Rogge was sort of like shrugging his shoulders as hard as you could imagine.
It was like a cringe face. Because I want to be clear, I like Indiana Jones. I'm pro Indiana Jones. I really like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Okay. So for me, when we're talking trilogies, like just personally, it's going to be hard for anything to touch that.
And Chad's not saying it's better. I mean,
Gotcha.
Chad probably wouldn't say it's better than the Lord of the Rings.
But if he's
probably
just saying
top five, though.
it's in one of the upper echelon.
Sure.
I'm thinking.
I don't want to
speak
speak for Chad, but
I never would want to. I want Chad to speak for himself. I'm thinking Lord of the Rings. I'm thinking Star Wars. Is one of the
those
classics.
would be my top two. I haven't even seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I would probably. I mean, just from what people tell me, it's probably.
It's excellent. And we're talking prequels, right?
I don't know. Are we?
The Star Wars prequels, as that
Sure.
trilogy, episodes 1 through 3.
Sure. Yeah.
Those are the.
I don't
ones,
know.
Okay, I'm not a big
Star
guy.
Wars nerd.
Oh, okay,
I'm
me
not
neither.
either.
Okay. When you think of Star Wars, you're thinking of like Luke and Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
So those
like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, so
and
that's called that's the
yeah.
original trilogy, the ones that came out in the 70s and 80s. All right.
Yes, I have those on VHS.
Yes, the prequels are the ones with Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
The ones that came out when we were kids in the early 2000s, and are universally reviled is strong, but they are it's like apples and oranges for Star Wars fans comparing them. So I was making a joke when I said we're talking about the prequels as being excellent.
Okay.
And it was
All right,
hilarious.
so I didn't catch that.
Everyone got it. It was good. Indiana Jones, I think for sure. Indiana Jones, and I mean, after that, where do you go? Is Die Hard a trilogy? I've never seen a Die Hard movie.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
This gets argued every year.
I'm gonna say
no.
no.
Have you heard these kinds of arguments?
Yes, of
every
course.
Year?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the argument.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about Christmas. So
No,
for that
it's
reason,
not.
I would say no.
But is that the criterion?
That's my criteria. To be a Christmas movie, does it have to be at least ostensibly?
Well, because I think
Christmas?
the argument for it is that it takes place during Christmas.
Yeah, that's
right?
fine.
I'm not arguing for that. I'm trying to lay the
Right.
groundwork for both sides here.
It's not even an argument I can have. I've never seen Die Hard. I mean, like, all of the Harry Potter movies have movies and books have like Christmas scenes. Like there's always a chapter at least around Christmas time. And I think there
Yeah.
are people that think of them as Christmas movies to some extent because of
They always get shown around Christmas.
Because yeah, right. And you're off work or school, and there's the marathon, and you're tuning in, and you're on Sci-Fi Network or wherever they're being shown now. And it's like, oh, okay, Harry Potter. It's like a comfort food thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would not consider them Christmas movies myself.
Yeah. I think it's a tough argument to try and put Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. The number one trilogy is Lord of the Rings. Number 2 is Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones is probably in that 3 through 5 somewhere. We just can't think of any others right now. I'm sure we're missing big ones that people are going to call in and be like, you guys are morons.
Did you read this pig article I sent you?
No, because I'm sure it's baseless stupidity. So I'm just kidding. I'll read it later.
I didn't read it either. That was what was up when I went to go Google it. The 33 greatest movie trilogies. This is going to be great.
What?
It's going to be really helpful. Oh, Planet of the Apes. Okay. Don't start at 33. I don't want that. And I don't have time for that. Oh, Lord. Okay. The picture on top is the Back to the Future guys. So, oh my gosh, this website is not loading successfully. Okay, we're done with that conversation. Now, so as far as short round versus Ron, better sidekick. Who's a better sidekick? What are your qualifications? What do you want out of a sidekick?
I guess I don't. I guess Ron is a sidekick. I don't know. When I think of sidekicks, I guess I'm more often than not think of them as like smaller in stature or in age.
Right.
Like Batman and Robin.
Right.
Indiana Jones and Short Round.
Yep. Yogi Bear and the little bear. The smaller bear.
LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Stature. What's
the little bear's name? Hey there, at the picnic basket, Babu.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. His name's Boo Boo.
What you got in that picnic basket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey there, Boo Boo.
Yeah. So
you're saying that sidekick, that short round is a more classic sidekick.
I think Short Round fits the sidekick mold better than Ron does. Is Ron kind of universally viewed in like Harry Potter communities as a sidekick?
The phraseology you'll hear more is the trilogy. Or the trio. You'll hear the trio a lot because it's a group of 3.
And that's how I view it more because they each. It's not like one's stronger than the other. They all have.
Well, Hermione is.
Hermione's smarter. She's the brains of the trio.
Yeah, and I think you're hitting on a good point, which is that Ron would bristle if you were like, "Oh, Harry's sidekick." He'd be like, "No, I'm not.
Right,
I'm his friend. I'm tall. I'm tall."
Right. And so to me that doesn't fit the whole sidekick mold.
Now Crabbe and Goyle, they're not sidekicks. They're cronies.
They're goons.
They're goons.
Henchmen.
They're stooges.
Yeah.
They're putties.
All those things.
So that's where I come down on that. Okay, next. This is a good one. I like this prediction here. So every year we've had a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. And I think we can rule out that Umbridge is coming back for a second term, right? That's not happening.
I hope so.
We had a book of Umbridge, and that was like, okay, all set on that. So who's the next Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher?
I felt like this was a tough one because it's not like we've really known any of them before they're introduced.
That's what I'm saying. So I want a name. I want you to make a specific guess, and then I also want just like an archetype. Like I think it's going to be this kind of person. If you don't think it's going to be like a named character that we already know.
What if this? I could see this being Snape's big chance.
Oh wow! He finally gets what he always wanted.
Yeah, like I could see that Dumbledore feeling like, okay, we need to stop messing around. Like the students actually need to know. Like Voldemort's alive. he was in the friggin' school. Like, we need the students to have real Defense Against the Dark Arts skills.
Because
So,
of
Snape,
his
it's your
prior
time.
experience. Okay.
He looks out to the bullpen, summons Snape.
So, and like, pull back the curtain. Do you actually think that it will be Snape, or do you think it's going to be someone we don't know yet?
I think it's more likely that it's someone we don't know yet.
Okay, what kind of
But-
person then?
What if it's someone, like, eerily similar to Snape? And it just makes Snape so mad.
Like, why not just hire me?
Yeah. He even kind of, like, looks like Snape.
So you think it's going to be someone that looks like Snape but isn't Snape? So it's going to be Karkaroff. I'm reading a list of the best trilogies of all time right now, and it is wild. We've
Hit
got
me.
number 1, Toy Story.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, I dropped the ball there. Yeah, that's, I mean, definitely in my
It's
top
a good
five.
trilogy. I agree. Number 1,
Not-
okay. Number 2, Indiana Jones.
Sure.
Number 3, something called the Before trilogy. Before Sunrise,
The Land Before Time.
Before Sunset, Before Midnight. These movies
And-
came out the first and third one came out like 20 years apart from each other. Then Lord of the Rings 4, then Godfather 5. Then
Okay.
Star Wars 6. Like, what are we doing?
The Godfather one could probably, like, people would argue that.
That it should be I mean, I'm thinking that, like, critically, you would expect it to be higher.
Yes, I'm saying, okay, the before ones, who's even heard of that? That's not in the top 5.
Yes, agreed.
There's no way that any of those, like, the number 1 and 2 spots, it's just an argument between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
You'd think it has to be.
Just by sheer popular vote.
This has the Evil Dead trilogy as 7, The Dark Knight at 8, which I think is good.
Dark Knight would be in my
Not
top
a
10,
bad
not my
inclusion.
top 5.
Yeah. Die Hard, 9, and 10 is like the Shaun of the Dead movies.
What? No.
I know. So that's where we are with that, just to bring that full circle. So the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is going to be someone that makes Snape mad because it looks like Snape.
Wait, one more trilogy for my top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Sharknado.
Nice. What was your favorite part of the third Sharknado movie?
We don't have enough time to get into that.
It's a whole pod. That's patrons only. Like, if you
Yeah.
want the really good stuff, I get behind the paywall.
If you want Sharknado talk, you're going to have to pay up.
Have you seen a single second of a Sharknado film?
I've seen the first one.
You've seen the whole movie.
I think I saw the whole movie.
Wow.
Because if you approach it as like comedy, it's great. It's worth your time.
Wow. Okay, those are different statements.
Yeah, and I may not have meant both of them.
Like, so I have a friend who was really excited for the Meg. She just really likes big animal. Like, she was really into Rampage, and was like,
Man,
"It's
what
good.
an interesting
it's
person."
good because like I like movies that are about like gigantic animals fighting and like destroying cities and stuff." And I was like, "That's it? Like that's your like a genre?" And like I went and saw the Meg and was like, and took in some enjoyment in the way that you were saying, like, oh, it is funny how ridiculous this is. And like not necessarily well made and like well put together from like a plot perspective. I mean, the visual effects are obviously like appropriate. Like, it doesn't look ridiculous. I mean, it does. You know what I mean?
See, that's what makes Sharknado more funny, I think, at least the first one, because
Good.
the effects aren't great.
Nice. Okay, I respect that. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
get the concept of like hate watching something or like watching something because it's bad,
Yeah.
but I'm not necessarily trying to pay money to go see that in a theater. And, like, you got to see Rampage on the big screen.
No.
Exactly. And
I would never
there are
pay to see
people-
Sharknado.
Right, but there are people that do. Like, semi-unironically.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, that's what I want. It's like, it's literally like, I don't care about plot. Like, I want to go to a movie because explosions. Like, if somebody handed you a paper and they said, why did you like this? And you just wrote explosions. Like, that was the whole sentence. So, I don't know.
Different strokes for
We
different
live
folks, you know?
in a wild world. Okay, next thing. What are these called? Howl. This might be a two-parter.
Okay. Can we pause on this one? I'm going to go put the pizza in.
Okay. Braden's Pizza. Nailed it.
All right. I've got about 26 minutes.
Hey, this is Bo. I haven't called in for a while. Not on purpose, but I don't know why. But you brought up a point about Sirius wanting to get involved and kind of having to be on the sidelines. And it was an interesting point that I guess I haven't thought about really. And I haven't really crafted this thought out before I called, so it might be a little jumbled, but I hope the point gets across. I think part of it, and I think you touched on it, was that he spent, all those years in Azkaban, just in a cell, and not being shut off entirely, and not able to do anything, and probably a feeling of when he got out of Azkaban and was able to help Harry, get, uncover Peter Pettigrew, and he's been able to kind of help, in the Goblet of Fire too. But just when he got out, and it was like he proved that he was innocent, and he thought that maybe now would be his time to kind of come into action, and he's being told to just sit on the side again and not do anything, and that probably, I would almost say, reminds him of probably the scarring, traumatic years in Azkaban. And so it's probably just, something playing with his mental there. And I think I'm about to run out of time, so I'll leave you with that. Keep going. I love the show.
Good to hear from Bo. Bo. Rochambeau.
Love to hear from Bo. So he's basically comparing Sirius's time locked up in Grimmauld Place sort of to his time spent in Azkaban, like as a traumatic, like a trigger for him. Maybe a little PTSD, like he finally gets to stretch his legs and then he's shoved right back in.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, the kind of trauma that Azkaban induces, that's not a place you would want to get back to. So I'm sure that's really not a thing I had added to my consideration when thinking about Sirius not wanting to just sit on the sidelines. I'm sure that was kind of no, I've felt this before and I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, because Dumbledore talks about it with Harry, like it was my fault. Like it was a mistake to put him back in there because he's a smart guy and he's brave and he wants to be active. But Dumbledore even didn't make that contrast too. So it was even worse that I put him back in because he'd just gotten out of jail where he was also cooped up. So it's almost like better to not get a taste of the freedom if you're going to be shoved back in. And Grimmauld Place does bear resemblance in terms of like the darkness all around him with the evil like stuff in the house and his mom. Like it's like in the dark magic territory like Azkaban is. So I think it's a good point.
Yeah. Well said, Bo.
Okay, I think this next one is maybe also from Bo, so we're just going to play it.
Hey, it's Bo again.
It was.
I kept listening to the episode, and I heard my name be brought up with The Lion King, so I thought I'd call in and deliver my thoughts. I think I thought it was a wonderful film. Never is going to match up to the original, but it was definitely a more realistic take. The scenery was gorgeous. The live action added a lot of detail and a lot of just realistic effects. Kind of to Rogge's point, yeah, the emotions were hard. I think were harder to portray on like a real face. But I think it was still good.
Stay in between the lines,
and
Bo.
I thought John Oliver as Zazu was perfect, as well as Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. While I didn't need to hear Seth Rogen sing, his laugh that they included, which I didn't think they would include because it's so iconic in that it kind of took you out of the movie. But it was a funny moment. I will agree with Braden that the way Rafiki finds out that Simba is alive kind of threw me for a loop. I wish there was another way that was done. But the Can You Feel the Love Tonight, it's a duet between Childish Gambino and Beyonce, so it was good. I mean, it can't be bad if that's the case. So, I thought overall it was really good. Not the original, but I actually, I think I'm about to get cut off, but I actually just got a full-size movie poster of it and have hung it in my bedroom. So, if that tells you anything. So, I thought it was a good movie, and I would recommend it, but, I mean, not the greatest movie I've ever seen, and not the original, but I still think it was a good movie, and it's worth a watch.
This is a roller coaster.
Here's what I want to talk about from that, is he bought a poster for the live action like remake of Lion King and hung it in his bedroom. Like, that's a choice. Is Bo married?
No.
No. Okay. So it's a different choice when you're not married, but it's still a strong statement.
I mean, he's the type of guy, I think he would hang a lot of movie posters, and like, I think that's just a thing he would do. And I think movie posters are cool.
Yeah. Oh, I also think movie posters are cool. I don't know a lot of people, especially adults, that have them in their bedroom just because it's like that's not the aesthetic choice that they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's wrong.
I mean, I think if I was batching it right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have some movie posters.
Like, I own some movie posters that I don't even have like put out into poster form, like unrolled, because we don't have anywhere to put them in the house, just the way our decor is. So I respect that Bo is able to work that in.
Good stuff from Bo. Good to hear from Bo.
Remember when we spent like half an hour talking about The Lion King when I hadn't seen it yet?
Yes. Did you ever see it?
Yes and no. We did go to see it at the drive-in, and I got up early on to go get popcorn. And at this particular drive-in, reverse shout out to this drive-in, but at this particular drive-in, it literally took like over an hour for me to get the popcorn, because they have like one register and they're going super slow, and they sell like 1,000 different things. You can get funnel cakes and hot dogs and pizza and like all this different stuff, and it's just not being run very well at all in the back. And so everyone in line is disgusted, but they're also hungry. So you're like, you're there, and that's just
Those are the worst combination.
But you form sort of a bond with the other people in line.
The same way an angry mob would.
Yes, yeah, very much similar to the same way an angry mob would. So,
the only thing worse than an angry mob is a hangry mob.
Which is what we were. I left like before I Just Can't Wait to Be King, or it was just about to get into it, and I got back like at the tail end of Hakuna Matata.
Okay.
So I missed a lot.
Yeah, I kind of echo Bo's thoughts on it in general. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Right.
I felt like it had a lot of hype around it. I mean, The Lion King is one of the more iconic Disney films ever. And I don't think they ruined it. I think they did a good job. It didn't blow me away.
Fair take, I think. Okay, next prediction. We're on the fourth one here. We're ratcheting down the intensity a little bit. What do you think about relationships? Are there going to be like new relationships between kids, between adults? If so, who?
Are we talking romantic?
Yeah. Yeah, who you
Yeah.
shipping?
I'm gonna ship Ron and Hermione.
Okay.
I think that's inevitable. Maybe not this book, but definitely by the last one.
It's like an opposites attract thing.
Yeah. What age are we gonna be walking into this book?
Harry, near the very beginning of this book, is going to turn 16.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be shipping. There's gonna be some ships. Ships are gonna set sail.
Do you have a deeper cut than Ron and Hermione?
Yeah. Give me a second to present it.
Let me just run through the female characters whose names I know real quick. You got Luna for some reason. She's here.
Draco
Ooh,
and
bad boy.
Cho Chang.
Ooh, okay. And so Cho is getting back at Harry.
There's a little bit of that, and Draco has no romantic interest in Cho. It's just literally wants to make Harry mad.
Yes. Okay. That's so feasible. Wow.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
see that one.
And like Draco's got a certain amount of like the kind of charm that comes from wealth, you know?
Sure.
Like you're gonna get a at least a fairly expensive Christmas present, I would imagine, from dating Draco.
Yeah, and you're always gonna, when you come over to his house to hang out or whatever, like you're gonna be served by a butler.
Yeah, a butler.
Like
elf.
somebody's gonna take your coat, and I mean, like the character, like the actor that Draco is played by is not like a bad looking kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you know that he tried out for the part of Harry first?
Really?
Initially, yeah.
Yeah, there was Hannah and I were rolling through Netflix. This is months ago, but there was a movie about like skateboarding kids that Draco, like that actor, it was like the star of.
Nice.
I'll have to find the name of it.
Brink.
Oh, I wish. Don't talk about Brink. Friggin' love Brink. Everybody's talking about Disney Plus and how those kinds of movies are available again. And I may get it just to be able to watch Brink and or Motocrossed.
Neither movie have I seen.
Oh.
Okay, you're not talking to someone that had the Disney Channel for very much of his childhood. We were
And
like, my parents were like, what's the least we can pay for cable? And they're like, oh, but you still want these channels? They were like, no, just the least possible.
I hate that for you.
We
Tom
occasionally
Felton.
would get Nickelodeon. Yeah, Tom Felton.
Okay, I gotta find this movie that he was in.
You're Googling
We
Tom
can
Felton
continue
skateboarding
with
movie. With ships,
Yeah.
you know, like Hagrid and Grubbly Plank. It's like common interest in animals.
oh man, filmography. He was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
That's true.
His character's name was Dodge Landon. Wow.
Are you sure that wasn't his character's name in Cars 2 or Planes?
He was in Cars 2?
I was just making fun of the name Dodge
Oh
Landon.
man, I wish he was in Cars 2.
Speaking of movies I haven't seen.
Yeah, you're just not really well versed on Disney stuff, are you?
I know.
I'm surprised
I know your
that
classics.
Jeremy and Jessica like let you in their house.
I mean, like, what do you want from me? I've seen Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and frickin' Frozen. I've seen, is Trolls a Disney movie?
No.
Okay, I've seen it twice. And it's, I think, the worst movie I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's really bad. I've seen, like, the classic, but I haven't seen all of the TV stuff, and I haven't seen all the DComs. We had Disney sometimes, and we had Nickelodeon sometimes, but we did not always have those things. Like, I bet I know more about PBS than you. I better watch more Zoom.
Tom Felton was Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, really?
I've never seen that, but I know what it is.
Russell Brand movie?
Yeah. Trying to figure out what this friggin' skateboarding movie was that he was like all punked out.
Are you sure it was Tom Felton?
I'm positive because Hannah and I both were like, "That's Draco," and he's like 18 and is like a punk rocker. Like it didn't even look right. I'm just gonna search Tom Felton skateboard, see what happens.
All right. While you're doing that, we're gonna pull up.
Yeah,
the
you
next,
can move on.
We're just gonna pull up the next howl.
Oh,
Hey, this is Bo again, and I kept listening to the episode. Maybe I should listen to the whole thing before I call in. But you're talking about the Office podcast. Just wanted to make you aware that there is a new podcast for the Office called Office Ladies, and it's hosted by Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, who played Pam and Angela, and they give like behind the scenes and little facts and stuff like that people wouldn't know from being on the show. So that one's fun. Also, real quick on The Lion King, a couple things I remembered, because it's been a little bit, but a couple things I remembered that were a little disappointing was the Be Prepared, which is the Scar song, kind of fell flat because it was, in the effort to make it more realistic, it didn't have all the effects that the cartoon had, and so it was kind of weird. And there was no Simone in a hula skirt, also in an effort to make things more realistic. So those were a couple of things that were a little disappointing about the film, but overall, as a more realistic live-action take on the movie, it made sense for it to happen like that. But it was, there are just some things that the cartoon added to the movie as a whole that couldn't be added in the live action. But I still would recommend. So that's all. Hopefully I'm done. There's only like 5 minutes left in the podcast. So unless you mention something else that I'm interested in, this should be the last call for this episode. So have a good time.
Bo just wanted to make sure that we got all of his thoughts here. And I appreciate that, Bo.
I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
Okay, I need to cut into that. Tom Felton music.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he plays acoustic guitar.
Can we listen to some Tom Felton right now?
I mean, sure.
Is he good?
I don't know.
Let's find out. I'm just gonna go to a little known website called YouTube.
How's this gonna work on your computer? Just gonna point the mic at your speakers.
Oh, you're right. I need to do this on my phone.
Oh, I'll just do it on my
Go
phone.
ahead.
I'll put it. My phone's already
We'll go
Bluetoothed in. So just talk about Bo. Talk about Office Ladies. Do you know what that is? Have you listened
Office
to it?
Ladies is really. Hannah and I listened to the pilot episode and really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
There are some really cool tidbits in there and fun facts. I'm excited for them to grow as like podcasters because
agreed.
Right now it felt like they were just trying way too hard.
They are not good at reading ads.
Not good at reading ads. They're also just like really, like you can tell they're not super. Like you can tell that they're good friends, but when they're recording, they feel like they have to kind of force the. We love each other. We're so good at friends, and they'll get through that. It'll be. Here I am speaking like a super experienced podcaster.
Yeah.
They're rookies. They'll figure it out.
Rachel and I listened to it together as well. We're pretty close to caught up. They have like 6 or 7 episodes out now, and yeah, I mean they have like Rainn Wilson has been on. And
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, they do have good, like it could just be like, oh yeah, and then that was funny, but like they really have like behind the scenes stuff that you don't know and adds to it, and it's really good. Not that we're in the business of telling you to listen to other podcasts instead of ours, but okay. So the title of this YouTube video is Felt Beats. That's one word. Hyphen Time Well Spent Medley. The video is in sepia tone.
Love that.
And I remember sharing lips with her. The coming weeks were to be a blur, 'cause time with her is like no other. She can make a winter's day feel like the summer, and it's so, so nice to have her alone, 'cause you know I made her leave a mobile phone at home. The clock's ticking, but I don't mind, because there's no one else.
It's
I'd
just
rather
so
share my time,
British.
and I've no
It's super
idea
British.
where that
And I like British. Like, I'm a big Kooks guy. Have you ever listened to the Kooks?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I love Marcus Mumford. Something about that. Maybe
that
it's
one
just
of the
because
sons?
it's Draco Malfoy singing.
It does kind of sound.
Is
It
Marcus
sounds kind
Mumford
of like,
one of the sons?
yes.
No, he's Mumford, and the rest of them are his sons.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Mumford.
I like the Beatles.
Yeah,
The
I have
Who.
some weird takes on the Beatles that would
Really?
probably get me murdered if I shared them on this podcast.
Oh, share
so-
them. I'm not like a huge Beatles stan. I've just started trying to listen to them in the last few years because I was like, I should listen to music.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I seriously, some people get really worked up about the Beatles, so I just don't. I don't know if this is the place.
You're actually gonna avoid sharing it because you think it's too controversial. Your take?
It's not that it's. I mean, it's not that controversial. I just okay. All right, fine. Here's my thing. I respect. I have a ton of respect for the Beatles, what they did, for music in their time period.
Mhm.
I think you look back on the music itself, and I guess I just don't get what the big deal is.
Okay.
I know. I'm gonna get like hate mail, and people are gonna freak out on me. I just
Hey Jude, not
it's
that good.
it is good. It's not that I don't listen to it and think this sucks. What's the big deal? It's like people worship it, and I
Mhm.
don't. I guess I just don't. I don't
Well,
connect with it that way.
It's probably tough when you've heard so much stuff that has been influenced by them and like has affected your taste more.
Yeah.
To like go back to the progenitor is like, well, this is like the
Sure.
first level of where we've gotten to now. So I mean, I don't
Sure.
know.
And that's why I let off with like I respect them for what they did.
Yeah, pioneers as far as songwriting and like
Sure.
composition wise. Yeah, I grew up listening to the Who,
Yeah.
and I really
like The Who.
I really like a lot of the Who.
I like the
stuff.
Who as well.
So that's where I fall on that. There's so many Harry Potter videos now that I want us to watch. Like the cast members talking about their time on set and their favorite lines from all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's Draco playing the acoustic guitar. And off
Didn't love it.
Okay, here's a question for you. Who's going to win the Quidditch Cup this year?
Ooh.
We've got Ron
This kind of
coming off the high. He had a good game.
yeah. To me, this seems like a book that's going to have some of the bad guys winning some of the time. So I'm going to say Slytherin.
Okay, Slytherin wins the Quidditch Cup. But does Harry get to play, even though he got banned by Umbridge?
Yeah, he'll play. He'll be reinstated.
McGonagall is not having any of that.
No. Definitely not.
Okay, here's a question for you. This is a two-parter. Where is Voldemort?
Where is Voldemort?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is he miles beneath the school somehow?
I was going to go there. Maybe he went back to Albania to kind of go back to the drawing board here.
Why not?
Right?
Get away from Dumbledore.
Yeah. Lie low for a little bit. Kind of rally the troops.
So my next question was, what's his scheme? Because we've been able to point to every single book a scheme. Okay, I'm going to get the Sorcerer's Stone. That's going to give me power. I'm going to use my diary, like memory, to get power. We've got Barty Crouch Jr. He's scheming.
Yeah.
We're going to get the, okay, yeah, thank you. We're going to get the prophecy. So what's the scheme? What's his goal?
I feel like at this point, if I'm Dumbledore or if I'm Voldemort,
Which
those
you
names are too close.
agreed.
Surely he is smart enough to realize that Harry is kind of a match for him, whether Harry realizes it or not. Like there's some untapped power that Harry's just
Mhm.
starting to like realize and
Right.
understand. Voldemort has gotten to see firsthand that like it's not going to be just killing a 15-year-old kid. I mean, this is a different kind of kid. So if I'm Voldemort, I feel like my only shot at this is to kill Dumbledore. Like I'm
Oh.
going and like what do I have to lose at this point,
Interesting.
right? Like I've got to go full force at Dumbledore and get him out of the way because Dumbledore has kind of saved Harry in the last two
Yeah. Yeah. In both the last
situations.
two near the ends.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm pulling out all the stops to try and kill Dumbledore if I'm Voldemort.
Okay.
Because ultimately, if Dumbledore is the most powerful wizard there is, like you're not going to kill Harry as long as Dumbledore's around, right?
Yeah. So you gotta kind of try to go back door.
Yep. I think so.
Interesting. So does that mean in another duel we go head to head again, or nefarious means?
I think it's gonna have to
Trick.
be like an assassination thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna kill Dumbledore in like a duel. You're just not. It's gonna have to be like a surprise attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We've got two more howls.
Morning, gents. It's Chad. Just listened to episode 50, and once again, great job.
Thanks, Chad.
We're coming up on Halloween, which, if I remember correctly, is the night that Voldemort tried to kill Harry and did kill his parents. What I was calling for is you guys were talking about the Colts and Andrew Luck retiring and whatnot. And so, just for a point of reference, your Colts are 5-2, so you got your 5 wins. So Brissett's not doing too bad of a job. There is another quarterback on that team by the name of Chad Kelly.
Swag
that I had
Swag
hoped
Kelly.
After Luck left, the team would give a shot. I watched him down here in Mississippi for 2 years. He's a good quarterback. He's mobile. He's got a great arm. If your offensive line is not the greatest, he can, blast past the defense. Anyway, but Brissett's doing a good job, so they made a good choice, sounds like. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. Love the show. Talk to you later. Bye.
So since then, the Colts have won like one of their last 6 games or something.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a feel-good story to that point, though.
Love Chad calling in to talk some football, though.
Colts,
Can we
the Colts
pause really
actually
quick?
do have a really good offensive line. That's the thing.
They do.
Yeah.
Let's pause. I do want to talk about this. I'm
Okay.
gonna go pull the pizza out of the oven.
Okay. Braden's Pizza.
All right, it's out of the oven. It's cooling. I'll be back in a few to grab a few pieces.
So as far as football, Braden, I think what everyone wants to know is how's your fantasy team doing at this point? You make the playoffs?
Well, first off, I want to lead off with if you don't care about sports, get your skip button ready.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy football. So I'm in a league this year. Did we already talk about the punishments?
I don't think so.
I'm in a punishment league this year. So that means if you finish dead last in regular season, you have the option. You have 2 options. You have to pick. And actually, I was thinking this whole season that I would get the chance to pick my punishment if I finished dead last, and it turns out the whole league votes.
Are you?
We're
Was
in a
that
big
on the
group
table?
text.
Were you in the realm of dead last?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm going to finish like third or fourth.
Okay.
I lost the first round of the playoffs last week by like 6 points.
Ooh.
Odell Beckham Jr. has screwed me all season long, and he put the final twist of the knife in me
You
last
kept
week.
playing him?
Dude, I didn't have anybody better on my bench, and I was thinking like he's gonna break out. I just kept telling myself like he's gonna break out. He's Odell Beckham Jr.
Turns out he's
gonna
been
break
hurt.
out. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, he's been hurt all year, and Baker Mayfield sucks, and so I've just been dumb to keep playing him. But I've had Lamar Jackson this year, which has been awesome. I literally drafted him in the second to last round, just as
amazing.
I don't know, why not? Let's see what happens. I had him and Deshaun Watson at one time, and I traded Deshaun Watson for
quarterbacks, I think.
Yep, I traded Deshaun Watson like week 5 or something for Zach Ertz, which turned out to be a good trade.
Yeah, that's a good get.
So anyways, I'm in a punishment league this year. We all bought into the league, and we've done weekly challenges. So if like 1 week it could be like whoever has the kicker who kicks the longest field goal that week, you win $20.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
and then
want
like
in on
the
this
next
league.
week, yeah, and honestly, we'll probably have people drop next year. You could totally get in on it. Like 4 people got added this year that I've never met in my life. It's made up largely of friends from college, but we've added some friends of friends, and it's like it's a 12-team league right now. This year was the first year we've done a buy-in with punishments, so it got intense in a hurry. If you finish dead last in the regular season, the league votes on whether you take the SAT or you run a mini marathon.
We did talk about that.
Okay, I thought we had. And the league voted that this particular guy who finished dead last is going to run the mini in May in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So the fun of that is that we all plan around it, and we're going to tailgate at said mini marathon,
Right.
and just kind of hang out. So yeah, I feel like I won because I don't have to do that, but I feel like I left a lot on the
It's
table.
a last card or lick situation. It's like it's not us.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody won except for this guy.
Yeah.
So, Chad wanted to call in and talk about the Colts, though. Do you watch a lot of NFL? I know you're in fantasy too, but that doesn't necessarily mean anybody watches.
I don't get to watch a ton. I consume a lot of NFL content via podcasts and articles and stuff, but Sunday afternoons are not a time that I'm allowed to just sit and watch TV by myself. So.
Yeah,
I don't have Red Zone or cable.
Frankly, I don't watch a whole lot of NFL either.
Yeah.
I watch Colts games, and then I basically just tune in when one of my fantasy players is in the red zone.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about the Yahoo fantasy football app. We do our league through Yahoo, and for whatever reason, Yahoo has a deal with the NFL that they will let you stream any game. Doesn't matter where it is, what time it is, as long as it's on mobile.
Oh, wow.
So through my Yahoo Fantasy app, I can stream any NFL game. It's just only on my phone, though.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Because I'm in a league in Yahoo, too. Huh.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's been there for more than just this year, but right above, like if you're on your team's roster screen, like right above your team and below the scores, there's always like you can pick the icons for each game, and it just pulls up a stream.
So this is like, I guess it is live Jets Ravens. That's crazy.
Yep. So I've used that a lot, not to watch full games, but just to kind of like check in and see what's going on. So yeah, Chad was talking about Jacoby Brissett. I think that he is good. I like Jacoby Brissett. I don't know if he's going to win you an AFC championship with his arm.
Yeah. And I feel like we're going to find out that he's been a little banged up all year. He's been 100% healthy.
Yeah. I also think that for most of the season, he's basically been throwing to like Chatard's JV.
Yeah, it's been just randos. No
Yeah,
TY.
yeah.
And I
So if
mean,
you
and after TY, it got random in a hurry anyway.
right, and it's never been a healthy TY, I don't think.
Mhm.
So if he has a healthy TY out there and like a big, strong, physical, fast receiver,
Mhm.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he looks a lot better than what he has.
I like Reich. I think the scheme is good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love Quentin Nelson.
Love Quentin Nelson. Love the whole mentality he's brought to the entire like offensive. Like the Colts being a run first football team, I've never been able to say that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that I think that makes Jacoby Brissett better when you have a solid run game.
and
He doesn't have
takes
to be
pressure
Aaron
off.
Rodgers if you've
Yeah.
got a good run game. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to not go with the whole like media mentality of today where it's like, well, he's played bad for 2 games, so obviously he's not it. Let's tank for the draft.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean,
It's been a hard season, tons of injuries. Like,
You would like a higher upside quarterback, but you have to
Sure.
acknowledge that those are really hard to get. Like,
you have to be terrible. You have to be the
Mhm.
Miami Dolphins in order to get that kind of quarterback.
the Dolphins have been too good. It's going to be the Bengals.
Right, right. Bengals. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
So, Colts
All
lost
right,
to the
there's your football talk.
So I guess you're not interested in my fantasy team, so that's fine. We'll just move on.
Yeah, how are you doing? I'm sorry. That was kind
No,
of selfish
it's okay.
of me.
I lost in the first round of my Yahoo League, which is my dynasty league. Sony
But
Michelle.
you did make the playoffs.
I did make the playoffs. I was like the 4 seed or something. Sony Michelle, just
Mm,
you can't not start him, but he's just like a rock
Right.
weighing down your team all
but
year.
that's Patriots running backs.
Yeah, it's that, and
You
it's
never
the
know.
tight end spot. I drafted Hawkinson to be my like tight end of the future for the next 6 years, and it has not happened yet. I also drafted Fant. Just like we'll throw darts, and one of them will be good. And Fant has had some good games, but not
I picked up Jacob
in
Hollister.
my starting lineup. Yeah, I would have liked to pick up Hollister. I picked up Dallas Goedert instead. I've been doing that
I
a little
mean,
bit.
you can't go wrong with Ertz or Goddard. Ertz, I think, has higher upside
Of
than
course,
Goddard, but
of
like
course.
in Philly, they have no wideouts. It's
Yeah.
literally just, do we throw it to Ertz or Goddard or Miles Sanders out of the backfield?
Mm-hmm. So that one I lost in. In the Crawfordsville League, which is the most important one to me, Jake Z and Jacob had the best 2 teams all year. We're running away with it, but they're in the same division, so they split, and that actually dragged them down a little bit. So I played Jacob we have a rivalry week where I purposely paired it up so that you're playing like Jake and Ethan play each other on the last week of the regular season. So Jacob and I play each other, obviously, and
Mhm.
Jacob is always supposed to do a dare on his week. He hasn't been doing it every week this year because he's a turd, but he's supposed to. So I said, okay, we're doing it, and loser has to shave. I was like, I'll shave my face, and if you lose, you have to shave one of your legs. And he's probably his team. He has Patrick.
It has to be
Mahomes.
one, or he has the option to do both.
I don't remember. He has Patrick Mahomes. He has Christian McCaffrey. He's got a good team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How many teams are in this league?
12.
How?
Well, he kept McCaffrey. He had,
Oh, keeper. Okay.
He kept Mahomes and McCaffrey, and he didn't keep. Last year he had McCaffrey and Kamara.
Do you guys do in your keeper league? Does that keeper become 3 rounds higher of a draft than it was?
Great question. We're going to do either 1 or 2 round penalty going to next year. So this was our
You
first
have
year
to.
doing keeper. Yeah. I mean,
So there's no penalty right now as a keeper. Like you can just like if I drafted Christian McCaffrey first last year, like I'll take him again next year.
for 1 year there's no penalty, and then after that there's a penalty. So like
Okay.
I had Kittle as like a 9th round pick, and kept him for going into this year.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, and then you
anyway.
can keep again next year.
Yes,
the penalty
I'm
doesn't
going
kick
to
in.
I'm going to keep him again next year, but you can't keep your 1st and 2nd rounders because that would bump you up past what's
Right.
legal. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying you're in a great situation with
Yes.
Kittle.
Yeah, the deep sleeper people. And Jacob was similar. He drafted Mahomes in like the 10th a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's projected to beat me by 20. I ended up coming back and beating him behind Robert Woods, basically, who I picked up Matt Stafford off the waivers and traded him to Alex for Robert Woods the next week. And then he put
Oh,
up 31. He put up 31
And then
last week.
Matthew Stafford's like in a wheelchair now.
Yeah.
So
I beat him last week,
Yeah.
which sets up 1st round playoffs, me versus Jacob.
perfect.
And we have Jake Z and Jeff Strickland got buys. And so in the playoffs, the higher seed gets a 5-point bump to make the regular season matter a little more. We get a home field advantage. So because I beat Jacob, that actually gave me the home field advantage. It didn't
Wow.
and then I ended up beating him by like 60.
Wait, so how does that work? You go in
You go
in
into the
5
week
points up to the
5-0.
matchup?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. So I ended up having another really good week. Last week I got Michael Thomas, Kittle. Like I just have like a very solid team. Like everyone scores double digits. My running backs are kind of weak. So I'm in the semifinals going up against Jeff Strickland, he has a good team, but Lamar Jackson is questionable going into tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's at least not 100%.
Right.
And Josh Jacobs is limited. So he's got a couple injuries. Chark went out last week with an injury. David Johnson's been hurt, so.
It wouldn't matter if Chark was healthy. He's got like less than 5 targets the last 3 weeks, I think.
DJ Chark? Really?
Not cumulatively, but like each game.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah.
last week he had 9 catches for 75 yards.
He had 9 grabs last week.
Yeah. And we're PPR. So anyway, I'm
I
projected
think
to
I
beat
played Chark,
Jeff.
actually.
Oh, wait, why is his projection down by so much?
Yeah, I got screwed in the first round of the playoffs by obviously OBJ, but then I have Julio Jones, and he's like hurt. I don't know. Calvin Ridley's like the guy to
no.
have right now for the
Gotcha.
Falcons.
So it looks like Josh Jacobs has been limited practice participant, so he's projected for 0 on ESPN. So it's going to be close between me and Jeff. But I'm the commissioner, and I've never won this league, and so it's really important to me.
Sweet. I won the league last year, and this year I had my goal was not to win the league. My goal was to not have to be punished.
Yeah. So you went for safety.
Yep.
All right. We've got 2 more predictions and 1 more Howler, so we'll go prediction here. Every book we've had a new creature introduced. You can go down the line: unicorns, dragons, basilisk, werewolves, dementors, the whole thing. Give me a creature that we're going to see. Or a type of creature.
Let's go with the Christmas spirit here and say some form of magical reindeer.
Okay, so the goal is to be able to ride it. It can fly. So sort of thestrally, but without the invisibility thing.
Yes, they also can use their antlers like wands.
Oh, nice.
So when you are riding a magical reindeer,
You're like channeling.
You're channeling it. So basically the antlers form like a beam across, and you just set your wand in the beam, and then it's like your spell becomes like 10 times more powerful.
Even Harry can be good at spells.
Exactly.
Wow. That'll be awesome. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Me too.
Is
Because I'm
this
really confident about it.
Is this like a herd that's just in the Forbidden Forest, or is Hagrid going to show up and be like, "This year we're learning about reindeer"?
I think it's a herd in the forest.
Now that Grop cleared out all of their natural predators.
Yeah, they're just hard to find because they're only really visible around Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
that's why we
gonna
haven't
see
met him
Santa?
yet.
Are we going to see Santa Claus?
Well, we'll find out in the last book that Dumbledore actually is Santa.
On keto.
Yeah. yeah. Keto Santa. Everyone's favorite Santa. Second only to CrossFit Santa.
Oh, man. Ugh. CrossFit. Okay, last
Looking
howl.
at you, Alex.
Yeah.
Who doesn't listen?
Morning, gents. This is Chad. Listening to episode 52, Fresh Out the Oven. Patrons version. Thanks. Appreciate that. So, got a couple questions. Number one, when you put your Totino's frozen pizza in the oven, do you put it directly on the rack, or do you put it in a
it's
pan
not
and then in
Totino's.
the oven? I find that if you put it on the rack, you get a little bit more crisp to the crust of the pizza. Only reason I'm asking, I didn't know if I was the only one that does that. And then Number two, question for Braden. So, do you think any character so far in the book, do you think that any character is going to have I guess we'll call it a redemption or a turnaround or something like that, or good or bad? Just trying to see where your head's at. Y'all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, so first things first. I
Let's get
agree
this out of the way.
that it's supposed to be freshetta. Like, that's what we're talking about. But we did, in that episode, talk about frozen pizza in general and talk about Totino's. And so to answer Chad's question, of course I put it on the rack. I put all frozen pizzas directly on the rack because I want the bottom of the crust to get crispier.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Okay.
not a pan guy.
So I'm not like opposed to putting on the rack. I just out of habit put it on a pan.
Okay. Plus, now I've got to wash a pan.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm all for trying it on the rack next time. I feel like Hannah's not gonna love that because I'm inevitably gonna like knock junk into the bottom of the oven. And it's
Right.
gonna burn.
That's the pushback you're going to get, and it's fair, and it's worth it. You got a self-cleaning oven. You just let it self-clean every so often.
Okay. Okay.
What you can do, and I have done before, is put a pan in there on the rack underneath to catch anything that does fall.
Oh. Still gonna have to wash it
you
though,
might
so that
still
kind of
have to
defeats
wash
the
it.
purpose for me.
Or you could just get better at putting the pizza in and out of the oven so you don't knock stuff off of it.
What you could do is suck less, and that would just make life better in general.
Get good.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll try it. I'll try it next time. I'm normally
Yeah,
making
would
these frozen
recommend.
pizzas when Hannah's not home, so I'll just do it. See what happens.
as far
Speaking
as
of, I'm getting super hungry. I'm gonna have to go get some pieces
Okay.
here in a minute.
well, we're an hour and 45 in, Braden. Can you keep it in your pants for just like a couple more minutes?
Easy.
Golly. Yeesh. Would you, as far as a turnaround, we can take it a little more broadly. Like, we've talked about the whole Neville turning evil thing. Where do you think we are as far as the bad characters are bad and the good characters are strictly good?
That's kind of a hard question to answer. I still think that Neville's questionable. I have seen things just from like the previews and stuff that I always reference for like on Freeform and stuff that I feel like Hermione ends up in a weird. I should have talked about this in the relationship thing, because I said Hermione and Ron, but I also think that like something happens near the end with like Hermione and Draco maybe.
Okay.
I don't have that confirmed. Like, I haven't seen a spoiler or anything, but like, I feel like I've seen that before or heard people talk about it.
Sure.
And so if that is a real thing that happens, like, what the heck is going on with Hermione? Is she not as good as we thought? Like, does
Or
she?
maybe
is
Draco's
she-
good, you know?
That's really hard for me to believe and or accept.
Tough to get behind that.
Yeah. So that could be a weird, off the wall, least expected thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe Hermione's not who we think she is.
Wow. After all this time.
I know.
Really
That
been
would be
biding her
terrible.
time.
That would be really terrible.
I mean, this bleeds really, I think, seamlessly into the Snape conversation we always have.
Well, yeah, I was holding off on that one because like that's the obvious.
So I don't know
like,
if we want to do that right now, but I think that he's the one that, at this point, for you, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like, it's a gray area. Like, she's done a good job of painting him both sides, and so
Yeah.
it's not clear.
yeah, I really thought we were gonna get a little bit there when we started getting into like Snape's memories.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking out of Order of the Phoenix knowing or feeling no different than I did about Snape. Like like you said, it's just a huge gray area. There are some moments when I'm like, dude, he is a Death Eater. Like, this is so freaking obvious, and Dumbledore's a moron. And then it always ends
Trusting
up like
old
at the end of the
fool.
book, the Dumbledore's like, oh, and by the way, Harry, Snape did this behind the scenes to make sure you stayed alive. It's like, gosh dang. Like, I guess maybe he's good. I don't know.
You're appropriately frustrated, and I appreciate it. I had one more prediction written down, and it's 3 words. It's just something with Luna. I think I'm going to lean into it and just make you talk and think about Luna.
Why?
Because it amuses me for some reason.
And I guess you're asking me because she's going to become a more important character in
Feel
the
free to
last
guess
2
that.
books. Because like even I realized like her and her dad played an important role in that last book, but I still felt like she was kind of a back burner character.
So give her a back burner B plot storyline. What's something?
Maybe
that's gonna
her
help
and
with
Harry
Luna?
getting a little
Okay.
ship, you know,
Okay.
because they can talk to each other, they can relate
Mhm.
on some of the tragedy and
Shared trauma.
hardship. Yeah,
It's like a Nancy and Jonathan thing.
yeah, exactly. I think they are Nancy and Jonathan. Like, I think we've got some Stranger Things going on here.
Oh my gosh. I literally want to stop talking about Harry Potter right now and spend another hour and 47 minutes talking about Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to
Eat.
watch it.
You haven't
need-
watched it? Season 3?
I haven't seen season 2. I got super into season 1 and there was
Boy.
that huge gap, right?
Boy. We're going to have to pod about it. You know who else is really into Stranger Things? Nate Patton, who came on, the Dodgers fan that came on an episode during Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Really into Stranger Things. He reads like books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to do a Stranger perspective, a Demogorgon's perspective. I'm here for it. When are we going to watch Order of the Phoenix, the movie?
I don't know.
You got any time off around Christmas?
Probably. I would assume so, yeah. Are you guys going to be back in Crawfordsville at all? I guess why would you? Yeah.
No. We're
Yeah.
going to Michigan to go like snow tubing and skiing and stuff.
That sounds awesome.
AKA just snow tubing for sure.
Yeah, that
with my
sounds
mom
so
and
much fun.
brother. And so that's on the 27th. We're going to leave. So we
Okay.
have availability on the 26th. Because then, the next Monday we go back to work.
Right.
So unless you could block out right now your entire New Year's Day to spend watching Harry Potter with me for some reason, somehow. Or we could do it on the 26th. I would not be opposed.
I am not the keeper of the calendar, so I'm not even going to try
It's very
to
true.
answer that question.
Like, there are so many people, I feel like, who are cringing right now listening to us live try to make plans for the 26th of December on December 12th. To be like, hey, you want to, drive a couple hours to a different town to watch a Harry Potter movie with me? Like, maybe, yeah. Because it's busy season.
and watch movies? I don't know. Maybe I could.
Busy season. So, love to watch Stranger Things with you. Love to watch Order of the Phoenix with you. Thank you for making some predictions for me. I would love
Time?
to hear your guys' predictions for what's going to happen in Half-Blood Prince. Wrong answers only. You should howl in. If you would like to be heard as often as Chad and Bo were, or even as often as Rachel and Shannon were today, we invite you to call into the Howler, our hotline. This is a good showcase episode for it. You will be played in a more timely fashion going forward.
It is 978 Potter 0. Here are the digits. 978 768 8370.
Love to have you come on for that. We'd love to have you support us on Patreon. We really appreciate it. Shouts Chad referenced his patronage today, which we love. Sending out Christmas cards here soon, hopefully. We invite you to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Peach, MySpace, Friendster,
Tinder.
Spotify, Tinder for sure, Bumble, Christian Mingle. Is that what
Farmers
that's called?
Only.
Farmers Only, yeah. Who's your mate? So, yeah, thank you guys for your support. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in next time as we start reading, as Braden starts for the first time reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So it'll be good to hear how excited he gets when he's right about every one of these predictions. I'll run through them really quick. Harry Potter is the half-blood prince because his dad is a blood and his mom is a half. And so that's going to make him stronger than Voldemort, and he's going to have to kill Neville. Someone's going to die. It's probably going to be Hagrid or Seamus. Those are our options. Maybe both. New Defense Dark Arts teacher is either going to be Snape or someone that looks like Snape. New relationships, we're going to get Ron and Hermione or Draco and Hermione. You didn't give us any adult ones, did you? I suggested Hagrid and Grubbly Plank. Okay. Quidditch Cup's going to be won by the Slytherins. Voldemort is in Albania. He's trying to kill Dumbledore. And we're going to see some magical Santa reindeer. And Luna's going to get together with Harry, and we're going to watch Stranger Things.
That is pretty much it. It's all going to happen. I'm confident about it.
Love a confident Braden. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, Jeremy and Jessica.
Wait, what's Notre Dame?
Go Irish.